Hey guys, it's Zixz coming at you with another video. I wanted to talk about something that's really hitting close to home. If you watch DreamHack Austin, you know that my team had a poor performance. I myself felt like I didn't play up to how I should be playing, and so I wanted to talk about how to maximize your efficiency of watching replays and VODs and just how to in general improve as a player. So this video is not going to be really catered to someone who's wanting to just play casually or is just kind of the mindset where, hey, just give me what you think the strongest hero is, give me that talent build, and I'll go from there. Everything else I'll learn on my own. It's more for those people who want to, on multiple roles in multiple situations, climb the ladder. There is a nice, wonderful rank system that Blizzard is going to be coming out with. It'd be great for you to get those nice, juicy mount rewards and all that gold from getting Grandmaster, or like for anybody trying to get in competitive, somebody on an amateur scene or someone who's like, hey, I want to get to that point where I can find people to play with and compete in some of these qualifiers and just see where it goes. The first thing is play the game. Playing this game is very important. After our performance at DreamHack, I decided, hey, I need to go home and I need to play a ton of games, even if that means spamming Hero League. And I hate Hero League as a support main. It is very difficult to win games that you have a disadvantage in as a support player. But it's my role. I have to practice it. I felt like I performed poorly, so I'm going to pick that role as much as I can. I'm going to spam that role as much as I can. Secondly, when you're going into these Hero League games, you have to understand that you can't control everything in the game. And what you should focus on is what you can control, which is your own play. Only worry about yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. You can be the most godly Uther. You can communicate to your Illidan player in a game, hey man, level 10, just go. Throw caution on the wind. I've got you. I'm going to cleanse you perfectly. I'm going to divine shield you perfectly. I'm going to heal you so hard. Just don't worry about a thing. I've got your back. You just do as much damage as possible. You beat Illidan. And you get to that level 10 fight, and you see the perfect moment. You divine shield them, and then he just metas at the same time right out of the fight. You can't control that. You communicated what you needed to communicate. He made that decision. You did your job. You can't go into a replay and be like, man, that Illidan should have done this. No, that's the wrong mindset to have. You look at that replay and you say to yourself, alright, that was a really good Divine Shield. I used Divine Shield at the right moment there. And that's what you take out a game. And if you use Divine Shield at the wrong moment during that fight, you just be like, alright, I probably should stop sucking and have better divine shields. You don't worry about what that Illidan did. You worry about what you did, because that's what you can control and that's what you can improve, and that's going to be the variable that is consistent in every single one of your games. You are the player that is in every single one of your games. That Illidan's not going to be in all of your games. Alright, secondly, when you're looking to improve drastically, VODs of any professional player in your role are very important. I watch Europe, I watch North America, I watch China, I watch Korea. Even if there is a support player that I think, hey, I'm better than this guy, I 100% know that I'm better than this guy, I still watch those players play. You know why? It's because there is always something to learn. You have to understand that when you're trying to improve, you have to think you're not as good as you think you are. You can always be better. There is always something that you can improve on. And there's a lot of little things that other players are doing better than you are. And so you can be watching a VOD of some player that you know you're better than them, and you see something that they're doing more often than you, and initially you're like, nah, I don't agree with that. Like, I'm doing this when you're playing your own games, but when you watch outside from an excuse me, from an outside perspective, you're like, hey, you know what? Actually, that makes sense. Maybe I should try doing that more. And then you start doing it more in your games, and you're like, yeah, I actually really like this. That's an improvement. You just made an improvement from watching a different player, and that's great. It doesn't have to be a huge, drastic improvement. Little tiny things do matter in this game. So, just make sure you find that these VODs are everywhere. If you want to improve, watch these players play. When I'm watching VODs, I've been watching a ton of MVP Black support player myriad. I'm always asking myself, alright, why is he positioning here? Why is he doing this? I talk a lot about, I think in a previous video, I spoke about when playing on Rhaegar, how, sometimes if you don't take the level 4 talent on Rhaegar where you're gaining extra regeneration on mana and health, then there's no reason for you to just be sitting in Ghost Wolf form when you don't need to, because you're wasting a cooldown. Because if you heal out of that, it's on a 4-second cooldown, and then people can just jump on you, and you don't have your escape anymore. I learned that from watching myriad play. And I did that, I was like, why is he... I don't understand it. Why is he coming out of Ghost Wolf? And then I'm like, okay, well, what are the reasons that could be? And I did a little thinking, and I was like, oh, it must be because of this. And I looked at a couple different situations that he would do it, and I'm like, alright, that must be it. That makes a lot of sense. I really like that. I'm going to start doing that. And I think like that's a very small thing that I think has really, really improved my Rhaegar play. You always want to be asking a million questions when you're watching these VODs. Now, you've played a bunch of Hero League, you've watched a bunch of VODs. Now, you've played games. Go look at your own games. You have replays. You can watch yourself play and be extremely analytical about your own play. And you can criticize yourself to the ends of the earth, and you should. That's how you're going to get better. You should always be asking when you're watching these VODs, what could I have done better in this situation? Could I have done this better? Could I have been in a better position? Did I bait my team into fighting when we shouldn't have? Did I rotate just like a second too slow? Could I have just missed this one minion to go rotate to join a team fight 1 second earlier? Maybe we could have won that team fight if I had rotated 1 second sooner and just given them experience. You're going to be asking yourself a ton of questions. So like what I wanted to do here is I wanted to go through an SEL game that I had played. Unfortunately, this is a game where when I was playing these games, I was playing tank. I've been playing tank lately in SEL. I'm getting paired up with a lot of support players, and tank is kind of my secondary role. So these games are going to be really focused on that role. So I apologize if you're watching my videos for the support gameplay. But what you should take out of this is kind of the mindset you want to be and the questions you should be asking while you're analyzing your own gameplay. And these questions do translate into, obviously, watching other players play, VODs of me playing, or like you're watching right now, for example, or, watching myriad play, or watching Bakery from Dignitas play. Okay, I'm going to get started. I'm going to speed this up. It's a pretty boring early game, I believe, until the shrine spawn. There's one thing here I'm going to show you. I go in to stun Tyrande. I'm going to back it up a little bit so you guys can actually see it. Okay. So we want to contest the eye. I jump in. I'm like, oh, hey, look, Tyrande. My team's a little too far away, so I probably shouldn't have even wasted this cooldown because there's going to be no follow-up, and now they don't have to be scared because they know I don't have a stun. So I throw out my stun. There's no way anybody's going to follow up on this, so that's just a wasted cooldown. Now, you think, that's fine, man. You just put out some damage, but the issue with just randomly throwing out an ability like that, with like it's such an important ability too, Stormbolt, is that like now they know that ability is not up anymore. They don't have to be scared. We don't have our CC. They can play as aggressive as they want. And so what happens is this Uther here, who is mounted up and looking right at me, you know what he's going to do? He's going to stun me because I can't do anything about it. My team, we don't have my CC. We can't really contest them in a fight without my Stormbolt here. And so what happens is I get stunned. Now, if I was good enough, I would have E'd that Uther stun back here, avoided the stun from Uther, and then probably they might not have thrown out their stuns. They waited a long time to throw out these stuns, but they might have missed those stuns anyways, and then they're down 3 cooldowns. But I didn't eat it, and so what happens here is I get chunked to half HP, and now, like, my team's able to play aggressive on this Kael'thas, but I can't do anything about it. And because my Stormbolt is on cooldown, I actually had to jump out instead of being able to jump forward and help kill this Kael'thas. If I didn't use my Stormbolt for no reason on this Tehran player, this KT would be dead, because this is where my team can follow up. So, really, really, really small things. You know, not everybody will notice these kind of things, but that's kind of what you want to be doing when you're looking at these replays. Every small thing that you do can be so important. I just explained it by me throwing out that Stormbolt for no reason. Initially, you'd look at it and you'd be like, okay, whatever. We didn't get anything. That's fine. I got out some damage. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I threw out that Stormbolt way too early. And because of that, I didn't get my team a kill on this Kael'thas. That was really bad. We could have had a nice chunk of XP right before the game started. That would have been great. So, does it make a huge difference here in this situation right now? No, not really. Nothing comes of this. But it's something that I could have done better. And that's what you always want to be striving for, is for the better play, for the better decisions. Alright, so now you see my positioning here on tank. I'm sitting in this bush because I know they're rotating here. I'm trying to see if there's going to be an opportunity to just like stun this Kael'thas if their whole team goes into mid and leave him because he's kind of staggered behind them for no reason, and see if maybe I can get some free chunk with Vala's damage, maybe possibly a kill with CC from Thrall. I know, I see him starting to mount up, and I'm like, alright, he's just going to go top. So I throw out a stun because I went the level 1 Q talent, and just back off because I know we're not going to be fighting. So, in that situation, that was fine to use my Stormbolt because I knew that there was going to be absolutely no follow-up there. And I want to go contest this eye and just get our team into their lanes, because we kind of need to be getting soak here. We kind of rotate a little late to lanes. We don't lose anything on the bottom side, luckily. Alright. So, during the game you want to always be watching, shouldn't be watching anybody other than yourself, honestly, or the player you're trying to watch. Just like, why am I doing this? Why am I here in this bush? Well, okay, I need to soak. I don't really want to push the lane. I don't want to be in the middle of the lane because their team has a lot of CC. They have a good amount of damage. They can kill me. I didn't have vision of them. So as long as I'm getting soak, I'm fine. I'm not worried about losing ammo on this tower. Their team doesn't really push hard. Their team's really all about just like CC locking us and getting picks and then controlling the shrines off of that. So as long as I'm not dying, this is fine. So that's the question you should be asking yourself, and you should really be trying to understand, like, I'm trying to sit in this bush because I don't need to be making risky plays right now. We're not in an opportunity where I need to be playing forward. Now here, shrines are spawning. My team needs to rotate. My team needs to clear lanes. I know they're here. Tastar gave me vision of where they are, so I'm confident enough to walk in through this bush because I'm not face checking it because I see all of their stuns because this Tastar is giving me vision here. And I'm like, okay, well, I am confident in my own ability to E these stuns. If they try to CC lock me, the second that Uther tries to get in range, the second that Johanna W's or I see a stun from KT or Tyrande, I E out and I avoid the stuns and I'm safe. I'm confident in my own play. I am playing confidently. A lot of players would be like, no way, I'm dying here. I'm not stepping anywhere near here. No way, That's incorrect. You could be making a better play. That's not necessarily wrong. Sorry, excuse me. Like it's fine with wanting to be safe, but as a tank player here, I know that I can contest for this eye, and one or two things are going to happen. Either they're all going to stay here and they're going to try to prevent me from taking this vision, or they're gonna get annoyed with me just sitting here and they're going to leave and they're going to give me the vision. So in scenario 1, if they're staying here and trying to not let me get the vision and trying to get a kill on me, I see them. My whole entire team sees where they are, so my team can position wherever they want. They all can play aggressive and bully this Li Ming out of the lane and then rotate before Li Ming can rotate. This Vala can clear this mid wave without having to worry about her positioning at all. These guys can walk up here and clear this wave instantly. They see where these guys are. And then the second scenario is if they just give it up. Well, we have vision of this shrine now. And the temples have spawned. Having this shrine, having this vision is really important if you want to take this temple. So I play confidently here. And now, I made a mistake because I didn't E the Uther stun. I E everything else, luckily. I could have done better. If they were better, they would have killed me. So, I mean... It's just, I shouldn't have even put myself in a position where I could have died if they had played better. That's what I was trying to look for. I just wanted to speed up to it. So, I walk down here. I try to trade with Johanna. What I was talking about before, ask yourself, why this guy stun? Or, like, if you're watching yourself play like I am right now, you should never put yourself... There should never be a situation where... You're looking at a scenario, at something you did, and you ask yourself, okay, why did I do this? I don't know. I guess I was just trying to stack my Q. Okay. That's not really good enough there. I wasted a cooldown. I guess, whatever. I should have just thrown the Q and backed up. I'm kind of low mana. It's kind of stupid for me to be wasting mana like that. Now what comes next is a really important part. I jump in for no reason. I saw this Uther. I have vision of this Uther. I know this Uther is mounted up. I asked myself here, watching this replay, why did I do that? I have absolutely no idea why I did that. There is no reason for what I did. If you watch this in a VOD, this is a situation where you're watching me and you're like, why did he do that? And then you're going to watch the rest of this unfold. Oh, he died. Okay. Well, that's a good example of something I should not be doing. Okay. Thank you, Zixz. You helped me be a better player by being a dumbass. I mean, you just shouldn't ever put yourself in a situation where you're looking at it and you're like, I have no idea why I did this. You want to have a reason for everything that you're doing. He checks with the E, which I guess was fine. I'm like, okay, they're doing this. And this got really, really low, really fast. I'm like, alright, team, you need to make it here as soon as possible. And I tell my Rhaegar, I'm like, look, I'm going to jump in. Be ready to ancestral me. We're going for this. This is a fight. I get stunned. This is a really good play by the Uther. And I should have E'd the stun. And I should have just gone way earlier onto the point. Because if he had stunned me, and then if Johanna had just ulted me, and then Tehran followed up with her stun, no, I wouldn't die. But there would have been no chance of me getting on the point to capture the boss, and they would have had this boss for free. But they mess up. Uther stuns. There's no other stun. Kael'thas for some reason E's the boss, and I'm able to jump onto the point, and I'm able to stand here and prevent them from capping. So by me E'ing like half a second later. It doesn't look that bad here in this situation, but against a more coordinated team, if they had just stunned me, that boss would have been free, and they would have been in a much better position. So I jump in. I'm like, alright, I gotta go in. I'm trusting my team. I avatar. I stand on the point. I throw out a stun on Tyrande. I probably shouldn't have even thrown out that stun. That's kind of a wasted cooldown. There was really no reason for it. I'm really, really low. I get stunned again. And you see, I start backing off. I get off the point for a second. I'm saying, yo, get on the point for a second. I want to give myself some time for my passive to proc, get a little bit of HP. I'll jump back in there. And then the Sunder comes out. It's a really good Sunder. And we're able to cap it. Pretty much, like, I didn't do much. I was literally just a body for my team to capture this. My team kind of carried me in this situation. But like, I could have played a lot better. I wasted a cooldown, and I jumped into the boss pit a little too late, and they could have gotten the boss for free if they played that better. Again, it's like really, really small things are extremely important when you're looking to play, because these situations sound so specific, but they will happen. Eventually there's going to be a point where you're improving, you're steadily climbing the ladder, you're going to be playing against smarter, better players, or sometimes just like a random group of 5 will end up being really coordinated for some reason. It's going to happen. It'll happen to you, and it'll be the greatest feeling in the world. Sometimes the other team will have that really coordinated team, and you jumping in too late is going to lose you guys a boss, and now they're pushing with the boss. They get a fort. Maybe they get some picks with, because you're trying to clear the boss, and they use that boss as an opportunity to take a fight. They get some picks, and now because you all died, maybe you lose like 2 people. Well, now you can't really contest their push, and so they take a keep wall. It doesn't matter who got picked off in the bottom lane. It doesn't matter if this Rhaegar suicides into their whole entire team, and the Vala just vaults in front of KT and stand still. You can't change what they do. You can only change what you did, because you did not E onto that point, because I did it a second too late. I lost the boss, I lost the fort, I lost 2 kills, I lost the keep wall, I lost our advantage. That's the mindset you need to have. You need to just be so overly critical of your own play. It sounds harsh, but if you consistently do it and you don't get too hard on yourself, you know, you understand, like, alright, I made a mistake, I can fix that, then, like, you will get better. Alright, pretty boring. We don't get much of the boss. This happens. I think I died too. Yeah. I was just in like a position I shouldn't have been without the rest of my team. Same with Vala. Alright. So, just a little bit of a recap. You want to improve? Play the game. Definitely the most important thing. You're never going to get better if you're not consistently playing. I don't care what anybody else says. You need to be playing the game to improve. You play 1 hour a day, you're not going to be very good at the game. 2, study. Like, studying is very important. You study in school for tests. That's how you gain knowledge. You study, study, study. It's the same thing with getting better at this game, man. Just go find some VODs. Doesn't matter who you're watching. Just watch any professional player. You can watch any amateur player too, and you'll probably learn something. And just constantly ask questions when you're watching these people play, and try to figure out what is going through their head. Why are they doing things? Once you start asking these questions and thinking a lot more, you'll be able to get into this rhythm, and you'll start understanding more and more about the game slowly, and that's very, very important. And then, 3, I mean, you've got your own replays. You've been playing the game, hopefully, so watch your own play. Be, overly critical. Why did I E into 5 people as Muradin? I don't know. That was really stupid. I probably shouldn't do that. Or like, I threw out the stun here. It looked like a good idea, but looking at this replay, I actually just wasted a cooldown, and now their team has no reason to be scared of me. The perfect examples of the kind of stuff you should be looking out for. And if you do this all the time and have a really good work ethic and work, and are always watching the game and always playing the game, you will improve, and you're going to hit Grandmaster this next ranked season. Really excited for all of you guys. Get out there, play this game, try to get better. I want to see you guys playing against me in Grandmaster, and I want you guys to be the ones killing me on Muradin when I EN. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week with a new one.
The season marksman change, where you get the activatable plus executioner, those two alone is 60% attack speed bonus.